Kendall, and we're here today in West Virginia on this very cold day in November. It's Harpers Ferry. It's significant because of the armory that was here. That is what attracts John Brown. So that's why I like to call it the Civil War's birthplace. So, in the 1800s, there was a man named John Brown. Brown's father took the words of the Declaration of Independence. All men are created equal. That includes women like me, too. Seriously. He taught young Brown to consider slavery a sin against God. And that's pretty intense.
Wow. This is unbelievable.
Brown even swore he'd spend his life fighting against slavery. But Brown had other reasons to hate slavery too. First of all, he hated the way slaves were treated, the way families were broken apart.
Of Harpers Ferry from 1859. We are here in the armorer's house. Remember how in the last episode I talked about the armory? This used to be the armory. And where we are, right here, is the armorer's house. The armorist was someone who took care of the armor. In the 1800s, there are people in the North called abolitionists. And the abolitionists did not like slavery. They published books and posted newsletters about the horrors of slavery. And the South, who had and the abolitionists quickly went from hating slavery to then hating slaveholders to, well, then hating the Southerners and then hating the South. The South then weren't happy with this, so they began to defend themselves, and in doing so, they started to defend slavery. They told the North that Southern slaves were better off than Northern factory workers. Northern factory workers, they said, were just like slaves, only they were slaves without masters. But also in the United States, the country was growing. And in 1819, Missouri wanted to become a state. And Congress and North and South were arguing over whether it should be a free state or a slave state. Because why was there a debate on this? Because each side was afraid that the other would eventually gain control of Congress. The Congress found out a way to settle this. They said that Missouri could come in as a slave state, and to balance it, Maine would come over as a free state. And that from then on, all states north of Missouri would be free. and all new states south of Missouri would allow slavery. Well, then Kansas and Nebraska wanted to become states, but the problem was they were all north of Missouri. So the North expected them to come in as free states. But the South didn't like this because they were afraid that then this would give the North a lot more power. And that, of course, they didn't want to happen. Well, there was a man named Stephen Douglas who wanted to become president. So he wanted to have some friends in the South. So he said, let Kansas and Nebraska decide for themselves which state, whether they're free or slave. And which kind of ruled out what was called the Missouri Compromise. So everyone went crazy over this. People from the North were coming to Kansas and Nebraska. People from the South were coming to Kansas and Nebraska. And they were setting up stations and things to get people in Kansas to vote for their cause. Because whoever had more votes, it would decide whether they were free states or slave states. One abolitionist who went from the North was John Brown.
There you are. Again. I'm back again, Kendall, and this is the engine house, where John Brown and his raiders went to escape when his raid started to fail. Come on.
John Brown's original plan was to arm a whole lot of slaves with guns and other weapons, and they could revolt against their masters and run away. He was going to build a free state up in the Appalachian Mountains, and Harpers Ferry and the armory is where he went to raid. He fought for 36 hours. At first, his raid began to do very well, but the night watchman for Harpers Ferry and other people ended up leaking out the news of a slave revolt. And soon there were lots of people. And soon John Brown was not the only man there. And his raid began to fail. The Marines, who owned the armory or something, didn't like this, and they came and stormed the raid. And this is where John Brown and his men came to hide. They made gun holes in here and things. Well, I don't think they're here anymore, but there were gun holes and they could shoot out. And the Marines stored them in here, and John Brown was captured. Bye-bye. This is where John Brown, before he was hired out of the engine house, had two friendly customers lasting until morning. Hi, here we are at the Secret Six restaurant. The Secret Six was the name of the 6 men
who accompanied John Brown, in his plan, in his state, in his new free state in the Appalachians. It is said, not verified, but that these city men prefer to eat what we have here, hot dog, grilled cheese, Coke, whatever that is. And it is said that Senator Parker likes water. Oh, here we are. This is a favorite place at Harpers Ferry. It's called Jefferson's Rock. Thomas Jefferson, who was a slaveholder himself, was among those who hated slavery. And he said, quote, "I tremble for my country when I think that God is just, when I think that his justice cannot sleep forever," unquote. And he hoped for total emancipation of slavery, even though he was a slaveholder himself. Isn't that funny? What? Thomas Jefferson visited here. Right over there, to be exact. See that big rock on the pillars? That's where he was. Okay. See you later. See you later. See you later. It's U.S. History for Kids. It's U.S. History for Kids. Civil War. Whew. We had a fantastic adventure at Harpers Ferry today, didn't we? Well, while John Brown's raid wasn't necessarily successful, it was successful in the sense that it woke up lots of people to what was happening in the South and what a big deal slavery was. That's what I was saying in the beginning about Harpers Ferry being the Civil War's birthplace. Well, I'm getting tired now and enjoying the view, and I'm off home. See you later on another episode. It's U.S. History for Kids!
If you enjoyed the Kendall Endry's U.S. History for Kids series, you can tune into future episodes at your local PBS affiliate station. Archival episodes of this popular series can be found at www.pbs.org/Kendall.